Hey, good morning and welcome back to YouGarden, Peter Knight again. So we had our first live show half an hour ago.
We did.
Thank you so much to everyone that ordered. For those who have just tuned in right now, my name's Sean Ryan. This is the wonderful Peter McDermott. We presented garden shows in Idlewild for
20 odd years, yeah, 23 I think, give or take.
But we're back, and actually better than ever because we're now broadcasting live from your nursery, and you provided all of those plants for all of those years,
absolutely. So literally we are in the potting shed at the nursery, all of the products that you can see here in front of us and that we're going to talk about over the next couple of hours, and we are here for the next 2 hours.
We are.
All of these are what you see is what you get. This is exactly what you're going to see in the nursery, literally day after day after day. So you're getting nursery fresh product, picked, carefully packed, delivered to you at home in perfect condition.
Yeah. And we've got so many great offers, we really have. Very important though, we love a freebie, don't we, Peter?
You do.
I do.
I'm not sure I'm as keen. I'm not sure, because what with me having to pay for them all, I'm not as keen.
Anyway, you'll get used to this, Peter, because I'd like a freebie on every show, if that's okay. And basically, he hasn't agreed to that, but we've got a freebie for today's show anyway, this morning. And basically, if you pop that code in your basket, we call it a media code, it's YGTV7, lucky 7, you will get all the promotions, but most importantly, you'll get this free gift worth $9.99.
Exactly, and this is a pack of 40 species crocus. So now is the perfect time to be thinking about planting your autumn bulbs. We've got tulips later on in the show. You'll find lots more of that sort of thing on the website as well. But the species crocus, these can grow in pots. These can grow naturalised, directly planted into the soil, and they will come up in around about February. They'll burst through the ground, and they will just be the first and bravest plant to just give you beautiful colour every single spring. So think about the same time as your snowdrops, if you've got snowdrops in your garden. These, I think, are the perfect complement, and you're getting a pack of 40 of those with every single order. Whatever you order, we will include those with it as long as you unlock the key to the code by using YGTV7.
Yes, and you've got to do that to get all the promotions, to get that free gift. But we are going to start this morning's show with our plant of the month. And Peter, it's an absolute beauty, this one, isn't it?
This really is. So many of you will know Pansy Cool Wave. We've been talking about this for 3 or 4 years. So if you've been a regular watcher of Ideal World on a Sunday morning, this has been a plant of the month for September in its regular form, so its full mixed form. What we've done here is we've selected a careful blended combination of colours to create berries and cream for you. So got all of the same attributes as Cool Wave ever had. So flowers for up to 9 months of the year. So beautiful in that sense. They're fragrant. The flowers are actually edible, so you can pick the odd flower off and drop it onto a salad if you want, just to make it look lovely. So they're great for that, but they're perfect for baskets. They gently trail, and I think the colour combination with those whiskered centres and those beautiful solid colours, the bi-colours, they are truly beautiful.
Yeah. It's almost like a designer collection, isn't it? And there's something quite regal about that, isn't there?
It's cool and it's calming. It's a bit less. A lot of autumn, winter, spring flowers can be a bit bright and cheerful, great. But this is, if you've got an area where you want to create a slightly more relaxed feel, perhaps somewhere where you sit regularly outdoors, and even, during the pandemic, we started spending time outdoors on nice, if it was sunny and dry, we just put an extra jumper and a coat on and sit outside and spend much more time outdoors. There's no reason you can't do that now. And this is the perfect plant to bring autumn, winter and spring colour to your garden. And Cool Wave will give you up to 9 months of flowering through the year. So pretty much from now onwards, all the way through until the middle of next year.
I'm going to say, maybe even June as well. And you're going to get, because we've got loads of offers for the live TV shows, if you buy 10, you get 10 absolutely free. So do bear that in mind. You're going to get 20 of those. Postage is included as well. There's so many things we need to tell you. And one thing I will say, I know a lot of you will be watching and wanting to order at the same time. If you've got 2 devices, even better, so you can stream us live and then just order on your other device. But also you can, of course, order after the show, Peter, can't you, if you want to?
And actually, because we're going to move through lots of products, get a pen and paper.
Yes.
Write down the code, the price. and the name if you want, it's up to you, and then just ring it all through at the end. The phone number there is 0844, so it's local call charges, so it's not an expensive call at all. The number's there 0844 502 0050. Just ring that and order everything at the same time. And the great thing is that you will, if you order 3 things, you'll pay 1 post and packing. You won't pay P&P per item.
Right.
You'll only pay P&P once. If it's a free P&P item, like Pansy Cool Wave Berries and Cream, there's no P&P. So it's brilliant.
Yeah, so you are going to save me postage as well. So but who's watching? Whether we've got quite a few, Samantha's already said loving the show, Carol as well, so thank you so much. And we're just excited to be back, aren't we, Peter?
We are. I love it. I love it being here. I love being on the nursery and around all of the plants, and that's where we are. So this potting shed is literally, just in the nursery. So walk out that door, 50 metres over there, there's the roses. We've got the Mediterranean plants over in a big greenhouse structure over that way. It's just great.
I drove to work today, and I've had quite a few weeks off, as you can imagine. But I drove to work today, and I was just so happy. I thought, what a dream job! Working with Peter in the nursery, doing our garden shows again, but surrounded by plants. Stephanie, hi Stephanie as well. Thank you so much. We are going to be doing live shows every week. Wednesday, Thursday, and there'll always be a show to watch on a Sunday as
Sunday
well.
morning at 10 o'clock. And actually, that's the time, isn't it? I mean, you don't need to go to the garden centre. You can sit there, cup of coffee, watch the show. And every week through the year, we're going to bring you the very best of what you need for growing and planting in your garden that week. So, we're not going to ask you to order it today and we'll ship it to you in 3 months. We're going to bring it to you here and now, what's in season, what's right, so you can get gardening straight away with it.
Cool. Well, I know a lot of you have been messaging us and saying, I've run out of compost. Where can I get the professional compost? Well, we've got it back today, Peter. And the great thing is, it's the big one. You get 2 50-litre bags today, all delivered absolutely free as well. And Peter, in all the years we worked together, I mean, we must have sold, millions of products. Yeah. But the compost was always the best seller, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
Always.
I mean, it literally is the best seller. This is amazing. So it's our premium professional compost. You've got all of the finest ingredients in here, literally the finest ingredients in here. And we use this on our nursery. So for growing roses, growing fruit trees, our pre-planted hanging baskets. Many of you have bought those.
Yes, we have.
We've got some of those coming up later in the show, actually. They're growing in this compost. So this is the very premium compost that we use in the trade. We use it on our nursery. So you can actually buy this and use it with total confidence in your garden. Whether you're planting up your hanging baskets, whether you're thinking about your patio pots for the autumn, winter, spring, or repotting your houseplants.
Now, the details on the screen for the Pansy Cool Wave, so make sure you get our plant of the month. But the compost today is actually an amazing offer. $24.98, the RRP nearly £43, and postage is included. So you can buy as much as you like. I mean, like most gardeners, I use this pretty much all year round.
Yeah.
But coming into the autumn, I know it doesn't feel like we've had a summer, but autumn is on its way.
Yeah.
I'll be making up all of my winter hanging baskets, my winter pots. I'll be replanting. A lot of my plants have grown so much as well that I will be repotting and replanting. So do stock up on your compost. And Peter, we only opened this bag up before the show, but every time I open up a bag of your compost, it's always the same amazing formulation, isn't it?
Exactly right. So we're using, this is made to a very specific ingredients list. So you've got the finest sphagnum moss peats. You've got limited amounts, but some of the dark sedge peats in there. You've got wood fibre, so a lot of these strands are wood fibre. You've got slow release fertilisers, so you'll see little green granules like the one just there. So that's actually slow release fertiliser. You'll see that scattered through the compost as well. There's wetting agent, which will make sure the compost re-wets if it gets dry. And you've also got what's called a pH buffer. So pH is the measure of acidity. So that makes it just on the acid side of neutral. So not very acid, but just on the acid side of neutral, which is how most plants like it.
Does it feel good to get your hands back in there?
It does. I love it. I love potting it. I used to plant when I lived and worked on my dad's nursery. We specialised in growing fuchsias and geraniums and things, and we had these big steel potting trays that we would pot, and I used to be always sort of doing this with my hands, grabbing the compost from deep down, and I used to literally wear away my fingernails, where I'd be going down like this, grabbing handfuls, and my fingernails would virtually disappear. So I'd wear them out on the bottom of the tray. So, but I love it. I just love getting my hands in it. Love growing things. And actually, what's not good about gardening?
Now, some of our customers, literally would buy, 50, 100 bags of this a year. Most of you bought, at least a dozen bags a year. Have you seen on the screen it says, join our discount club and save 10%. Now, this is brilliant, and I'm going to urge, we had quite a few new members join actually in our first show this morning. I'm going to urge everybody to join the discount club. And I'll be honest, Peter, I only learned about this in the past week or so, and it just seemed too good to be true. But it isn't. This is real, isn't it?
We've got tens, literally, we have got tens and tens and tens of thousands of people who have joined our club, okay? And you've got different options. So you can join on auto subscription. That's the best way to do it. It only costs £5.
And that's per year?
Per year, absolutely. Wow. And what that gives you across that year, that £5 auto subscription gives you 10% off the majority of items. So compost, 10% off. If it's a plant, a bulb, or anything that's living, 10% off. Oleanders, for example, big expensive items. If it's a lawnmower, we sell some machinery, we sell some furniture, we sell bits and pieces like that. That's only 5% off, but that's because we just don't have very much margin in that. But we're still giving you, I think, a good saving.
Of course you are.
Best of all, though, you get 4 vouchers that are worth £5 each that you can redeem through the year. So one in the first quarter of the year, Jan, Feb, March, the second in April, May, June, and so on. So through the year, you keep on saving. So you're buying it for £5. You're a member then. You'll get offers. You'll get special deals. You'll get special promotions sent to you by email. You'll get your 4 vouchers, which you can then spend through the year. That's £20 saved straight away. And whatever you buy on the majority of products, it's 10% off, and for everything else, 5% off.
And you will get 10% off your compost. So, you imagine if you spend, I probably spent a couple £100 on compost a year, at least, that would give you £20 off those, So do that, and as you check out, you will get the prompt to join the club. I know we had a lot of you did actually join earlier, so we would love you to that. It just makes sense. I mean, Peter, I'm not being funny, but I think every single one of us is going to save a lot of money from joining the club.
Absolutely. I mean, it's if you're a keen gardener, if you buy plants on a regular basis, this is the way to save money, basically.
Okay, Peter, I'll let you just go and get the next plants ready.
All right, I will.
And I'll just quickly give you the details there again. So, there's all of the benefits from joining the club, and they are amazing. Now, you've got 2 options. Both of these are on special today. So if you go for the auto renewal, that's £5 a year. It was £20. You'll automatically have your renewal, say your subscription renewed, but you can cancel as well. And then the other option is a 1-year membership. It's just a one-off £10 per year. Again, that was £20, but the best one is definitely to go for the auto renewal, and you get all of those benefits. And you think about it, 10% on all of your plants and your compost, that is going to save you a fortune. Now, have a look on the website. We've got, oh my word, we've got everything. Because YouGarden, it's all about gardening for everybody. So whatever you're looking for, whether it's bedding plants, whether it's Mediterranean plants, whether it's perennials, they are all there with some amazing offers. And we have got some other things as well. We have got outdoor furniture and machinery and things like that. Loads of bulbs, because obviously we are coming into bulb season very shortly. We're almost there now, aren't we? But do go on our website and check out everything. I am just going to point out again, though, when you're watching the live TV shows, very important. Welcome back, Peter, by the way. Just had a quick...
bit of an issue.
Was it a loo break or...?
No.
Oh, no. sorry. Well, no.
My ear thingy, my bobby went...
Can you...
Absolutely, I can hear everything now.
Good.
I can see clearly, I can hear clearly.
I just thought we were having a quick loo break, so I was like, fine. Just mention about the media code, which is YGTV7. When you're watching the show, you need to place that code in your basket, because that will give you access to all the promotions. You described it as like a special key.
It's a magic key.
Yes.
Because what this does, when you go to our website, depending on the code you might use, you'll get different offers, different deals, special deals. So when you put in YGTV7, you will get all of the special deals. So, for example, this free gift is yours if you quote YGTV7. Whatever you order, you can order whatever you want from the whole of the show. You'll get that pack of species crocus worth £9.99 at no cost.
Have you agreed now we're always going to have a special
I'm not agreeing to that, Sean, no.
Well, okay.
No.
Well, we've got it today anyway.
We've got it today.
Yeah, because you're some of the first viewers to actually watch our new shows, and so we are going to be streaming live Wednesdays, Thursdays. We'll always have shows, and on a Sunday at 10 o'clock as well. So do make sure you join us at 10 o'clock every Sunday morning. And you can watch us on YouTube. You can watch us obviously on Facebook and on the YouGarden website, which I know a lot of you are doing right now, yougarden.com/TV. The best thing what I would personally do, just to make it easy to order, if you've got YouTube on your smart TV, just watch us now live on YouTube, and then you can order everything on your tablet or your phone, whatever, can't
Absolutely.
you? That's what I'd do.
Exactly. Or make a note,
Facebook.
make a note of everything you want, and then just order it through in one phone call at the end. The number's on the bottom there, 0844 502 0050, and literally it's a local number, so it's not going to cost you any more than just a local call.
Yeah. Now we've got lots of really interesting things on the show today as well, and I've actually got one of these from YouGarden. I had mine many years, and it is the most incredible tree fern. Now the only thing is, Peter, when you buy these and they're a little bit bigger, they can cost hundreds of pounds. I mean, there's one in my local garden centre, and I think it's about £750. Obviously, it's a fair size. But
Exactly. Now the thing with tree ferns, several things to really bear in mind here. First of all, is they're a southern hemisphere plant, so they grow in Australia, New Zealand, Tasmania. And when they're imported as what are called logs, they're brown logs, they're imported, they are expensive. And, of course, they're harvested from nature. So I'm not saying they're harvested badly or in a bad way, but they are taken from nature. These ones, believe it or not, are grown natively in the UK from seed.
Oh, are they?
From
okay, I didn't realise that.
So if I just pass you that picture for a moment, Sean. So these,
how wonderful.
This is the size you're getting, and these have been grown in the UK from seed. So it's a very sustainable solution for you, really. And what I love about these is these will grow quite quickly. In their early years, they grow quite quickly, and they form the lovely brown log there. And then every year, they literally just get the new fronds arising from the middle. And this is the only plant in the plant kingdom that has a throat. So all of the goodness, all of the liquid, all of the moisture that this needs goes in through the middle at the top, and it's like a throat.
So when you're feeding this, should you feed it down the middle?
Absolutely.
And
we have tree fern food on the website that you can get, and I do advise people. I've got a couple of lovely tree ferns at home. I'm so proud of it. I love them, and I find them fascinating. And I can't help myself. They're a bit bigger than this, but I love. When the fronds are first emerging, it's like they look like a wound-up orangutan's arm. They are literally they're the same colour, and they are absolutely gorgeous. But further down, they're covered in like an orange, almost mat of kind of how can I describe it? Fibres, probably, but beautiful. But several things about this. One is, to get a tree fern for $12.99 is amazing value for money. So if you've always fancied one but always thought, hang on, they're really expensive, this is a great way to do it. They're delivered to you, postage included, so that's brilliant. But do bear in mind, you are going to get your free species crocus with these
of course
as well,
you are.
which are worth $9.99. So
I have
you're
them
kind
here,
of paying
Peter.
£2.99 or £3 exactly, isn't it? Plus the penny to get that. So this is a great time to get it. I love these. They are just a super plant, very shade tolerant, so perfect for a shady spot. They love being under the canopy of other trees, and it really will change the perspective of that part of the garden.
And even though you're buying, a relatively small plant, over the years, they do develop into a fern that looks like this.
Well, the old adage about, oak trees grow from small acorns, this will grow beautifully over many, many, many years. So they're pretty hardy. So in a really extreme winter, you might just want to put a bit of bubble wrap or fleece over them if you get like the silly low temperatures we got last year, just to protect it. But otherwise, these are outdoors all year, year after year, looking lovely and perfect for a shady spot.
I just found that actually rather fascinating. And I was lucky enough to go to New Zealand about 5-6 years ago, and they were amazing there. Anything you do need, we were talking about, if it is a very severe winter, fleecing and things, everything is on the YouGarden website, of course. So whatever you need, you've got it, haven't you?
Yeah, well, we try to.
Pretty much.
We say gardening. YouGarden is gardening for everyone. So we try and take the mystique out of gardening. We try and give you the solutions, make it easy for you. So rather than having a massive range of lots of different things, we try and bring you the things that are going to really make a big difference to your garden. going to give you great results, be easy to grow, and be in your garden for many, many years.
And we have got so many amazing offers, we really have. Now, something's catching my eye over there.
Oh.
It's the alliums.
Oh.
Peter got me into alliums about 4 or 5 years ago.
Well, here's the thing, Sean, you see. Now, alliums, when do alliums flower?
Well, springtime.
Round about
late
May.
spring.
Round about
Late spring,
April, May time.
Yeah.
Now,
Or early
what
summer, I should
month
say.
is it now?
It's August.
August, absolutely. So this is an allium, but with a massive difference. So this is new breeding. So this is a variety called Allium Bubble Bath. It's an absolutely fabulous variety, but is summer flowering. So if you love alliums, and alliums are a member of the onion family. If you love alliums, this is one that will give you beautiful displays, but through the summer months. So all the way through, these would have started flowering in late July. So July, August into September. So they really do span a different part of the year, but it's brand new breeding. So gorgeous things, bred and grown in the UK. Fabulous quality, and they give you those spherical flowers that are raised up above the foliage. So they're great plants to have towards the front of a bed or border where they'll pop up through other things. But they literally do clump form and get bigger and better every year. So, great for the pollinators and perfect for your garden.
Do you know, when I saw the plant selection earlier on this week, I was very confused to see alliums on there. I thought, what on earth were we selling alliums for?
Completely new breeding.
In August.
Completely new breeding. And you're getting 3 of these, and they're big chunky boys.
And will they come with the flowers and buds on them, or will it vary?
They may have some flowers. I'm not going to guarantee everyone's got flowers, but what you're planting here is a hardy perennial that's got the lifetime guarantee. Look at the root system there. Look at how strong and healthy those are. These are brilliant. So plant them so they're just planted up to about where my finger is there. So just above the level that they are in the pot. Get them into a sunny spot. They'll love a sunny spot. And they will establish, they will clump form. And because you've got 3 of these, plant them in an equilateral triangle. If you've got space to do that. You plant them as ones. I always think 1s, 3s and 5s. Is the best format to plant them. And then get them in an equilateral triangle about a foot or so apart, because each one of these will form a big clump.
And they will always flower late summer.
They will flower at this time every single year.
Isn't that amazing?
Yep.
Because I love alliums, but it's
my alliums this year, I loved them.
Yeah,
I actually planted some of the really large flowered ones, which we're going to bring to you later on. And they were gorgeous, and all of the pollinators, they're really good sources of pollen and nectar early in the season for the bees. But now these are doing exactly the same job. So they really are great for the friendly insects in the garden. They're fabulous. Literally through this point of the year to add real garden emphasis, but they do fulfil that sort of spot that agapanthus do.
Yes.
So agapanthus, people would look at these and think, hang on, is that an agapanthus? No. It's an allium that's flowering at the same time that agapanthus normally would.
See, I was just thinking, this is one of the things that I've loved about working with Peter and the team on the gardening shows. I've learned so much. I've learned that today. There's actually an allium that will flower in summer. Amazing, late summer as well.
Yeah.
Now, we have got the most stunning selection of tulips as well, haven't we, Peter?
Well, bestseller from our earlier show.
They were actually, yes. And thank you to everyone that's joined us, by the way. I know a lot of you now are finding us and joining us. But these are stunning tulips, and they are the Paradise Purple collection. I'll give you the details on these because they are incredible. 25 of these beauties. And Peter, I said earlier, but it's like a designer collection, this, isn't it?
Absolutely. So it starts with the quality of the bulb, Sean, to be honest. So these are really high quality Dutch grown bulbs. So frankly, the tulip fields outside Amsterdam, if you've ever flown into Schiphol Airport in Holland, around about April time, you will see fields and fields and fields of these gorgeous tulips. It literally is stripes of the brightest, boldest colours. And I love them. I do love the brightness of tulips. But what we've done here is we've refined it. So we've now taken colour blends where you've got things like this purple bicolour here. You've got these fringed edges to certain of the varieties there as well. So and it all blends together to give you, I think, the most cool, calm, beautiful display.
Gorgeous.
And if you have bought the plant of the month, okay, so think if we project ourselves forward to next April, okay, So your Pansy Cool Wave Berries and Cream is at the zenith of its flowering. I mean, it will be around about 2:30 on the second Thursday in April next year. Your Pansy Cool Wave Berries and Cream will be absolutely amazing.
Yes.
Okay.
It's true.
And then they're in the hanging basket up here. But in the pot or the bed or the border beneath it, you've got these beautiful tulips flowering as well. So now you've created, I think, a designer look that you've permed those colours and those plants together that are going to flower at the same time with harmonious colours as well.
I think you'll agree, they are absolutely spectacular, aren't they? I do love tulips in general, there's so many different varieties. We opened up these bulbs just the other day, just to check out the quality. You get 25 of them, postage is included as well. But again, the quality, I mean, I'm not being funny, sometimes you buy bulbs and you open the packet and a couple are a bit mushy and soggy and, you know, or you get different sizes. Every one of these is a really good size, isn't it?
Yeah, you've got 25 bulbs in this particular item. Okay, so I would expect you will get 25 flowers this year.
Absolutely.
But you'll also get at least that many next year and the year after, because all of the bulbs we ever sell to you or ever deliver to you, we guarantee will be of flowering size. And that's really important. So we would never sell a bulb below the size which it's guaranteed to flower. Now, okay, nature's got to get in the way. So you've got to plant them and nature's got to do its work. But these are all pre-charged, ready to flower. And the great thing about bulbs is every one of those, the embryo of the flower that's going to be produced in 2024, so in April next year, it is already inside that bulb. Nature's done that already. That was done this springtime, so it's all ready to go. So this is like a pre-loaded solution that you just plant them, and I would say plant them about 3 inches deep, 2 to 3 times. I would say with bulbs, if a bulb is 1 inch from the tip to the root, okay, so if we look there, it's about 1 inch from the tip to the root. I would always say plant it 2 to 3 times deeper than it is tall, and that's it.
That's a really good simple rule.
And bulbs are really clever. They're a bit weird, actually, to be honest. If I was, it's quite concerning how this happens. If bulbs are planted too deeply, they will push themselves up a bit higher. If you plant them too shallowly, the roots will pull themselves a bit deeper. Yeah. They're very clever.
Wow.
Because they just find their own level. So don't worry about it if it's, you have to measure it within the nearest sort of few millimetres. But 2 to 3 inches deep, and they'll sort themselves out. I put them about 3 to 4 inches apart if you're going to plant them. So plant them in groups of 5 in your garden, and you will get displays that are beautiful. And
it's always so lovely, isn't it, when springtime's here and the bulbs start to come up and they burst into flower. And sometimes you plant bulbs, you even forget, you forget where you've planted and what you've done, and suddenly they all burst into life, and it's amazing. Now, talking of bulbs, don't forget, with every order today, you'll get the free crocus as long as you put in that TV code. It's YGTV7. That will give you your free gift, but also it accesses all the promotions. If there's anything else going on, it just makes sure that all of those promotions will happen in your basket. So I want every single one of that's streaming live right now to pop that offer code in your basket, and you'll get those 40 crocus worth £9.99. Now over there, it's been wonderful. I've spent the past couple of weeks with Peter and his team here at YouGarden, and we've wandered around the nursery, and we've found some amazing deals, actually. It's over 11 acres in this nursery, so it's huge, isn't it?
It is. This is. So if you've ever driven by, a big warehouse, maybe one of the big Amazon warehouses, my nursery is basically like a living version of one of those.
Yeah.
So all of our stock is laid out. So we've got all of the items that are right to be planted and grown and nurtured now by you at home. And then when you order them, we pick them, we carefully pack them, and we deliver them to you. And they typically arrive within, 2 days is normal. Sometimes they get there the next day.
Yeah, they do.
But normally it's 2 days, or often it's 2 days. But we always guarantee things. So obviously, you can order with confidence. We do this millions of times every year. So this year we'll ship about 1.5 million boxes to people like you at home.
That's a huge amount, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we know what we're doing. We've been doing it for decades, and we deliver product quickly, nursery fresh, and I think we deliver the plants to you that are really good for growing in your garden.
Well, what amazes me, and I saw all of these laid out in an area of the nursery, and there's literally thousands and thousands of them, and every single plant was in incredible condition, and what you're going to get, 30 of these amazing primroses, the Benelli, and it's a mixed variety of colours. And I'm just looking at all of these, Peter. They're magnificent, aren't they? Some lovely varieties and colours.
And again, the plant breeders have, as they often do, worked their magic here. So they've taken regular primroses and they've hybridised them to create these beautiful bicolours in that whole range of colours. They are fabulous. They're winter hardy. They will flower autumn, winter and spring. And because you're getting chunky garden ready plants right now, if I just pop one of these out, I'm just going to pick any one out, doesn't matter which one. Look at how lush and green. Look at the size of those leaves. Look at how healthy they are. Look at the chunkiness. There's no, you don't have to worry about handling these and fiddling around, potting them up, growing them on. Get these home, get them planted straight into your pots, your tubs, your troughs. Put them in the middle at the top of a hanging basket if you're doing those. Get them in your beds and borders. You've got 30 plants here and they're in packs of 10. So each plant is in its own little cell. I'm just going to pick this one up here. This is 10 of them. So this is a third of what you're getting. And you've got one plant in each of these cells just here. That's obviously the drainage hole at the very bottom there, so make sure that any excess water goes. And when you get yours home, if you're busy and you can't deal with them straight away, don't worry, just put them somewhere slightly shady. Keep them well watered, give them a water every day or two, just make sure the compost doesn't dry out, and they'll be fine for 2 to 3 weeks like that. And then when you are ready, you can plant them up. But these are perfect now. This is the time, if you want to get the earliest displays and the biggest and best displays, now is the time to be getting your autumn, winter,
and the great thing is they do come back year after year, don't they? And I've even when they get really big, you can even divide them things, of course, as well, and split them.
They form clumps, so you can definitely do that. I always say plant these about sort of 6 to 8 inches apart. Again, as always, plant them in odd numbers, so 3s and 5s are great, and you will get those mixed colours. So they are beautiful. And the thing I really love about primroses is the sweet fragrance.
Yeah. Well, can we just say hello to Rochelle, Debbie, Roger? They've just joined us on Facebook.
Good morning.
So, morning.
No, sorry, it's not. It's just ticked over.
Yes.
There we are.
Yes.
Anyway, there we are.
Thank you to everyone that's watching us, and say it's so nice to be back. For those of you that have just literally found us and started to stream us, Peter and I are back. We presented the garden shows on Idleworld for best part of 2 decades. We're back now, and we're actually, Peter always provided the plants for Idleworld for all the time I was there, but we've gone direct to his nursery now, so we're broadcasting out of his nursery right in the centre. We're surrounded by gorgeous plants and a great team here as well, Peter, I've got to say.
Not right now, but later, if you want to actually look at the nursery, if you go to the YouGarden website, so YouGarden.com, and if you on the homepage go right to the bottom, and there's a little list of things, and one of them says our videos. It's a bit like our Sean, but it's our videos. And on there's a lovely bit of video showing all of the nursery. It takes you into each of the areas. It takes you into the packing area, the greenhouse, and it's done with a drone. It's lovely. It sort of flies around in between the plants. It's lovely.
And we're going to do some of our shows. We are going to be able to get outside, and be live from the nursery, of course, as well. So there's loads happening, honestly. So these shows, I think they're going to be even more exciting than the shows.
Stuart said all he needs is a slightly longer wire, and we're good to go. I think we can sort that.
Stuart's our head of engineering. He's done really well, hasn't he?
He's all right.
Yeah. He's working on the lighting to make us look a bit younger soon. That's going to take.
You need one of those special Instagram filters, don't you?
Yeah, we need something.
Yeah, we do.
But anyway, that's going to be a long process. But just some of the basic things that you lovely viewers need to know. That special code, the media code as we call it, you need to always put that in your basket when you're ordering, because that will give you lots of promotions. It'll give you your free gift today worth the £9.99. Also, I appreciate some of you streaming right now and you're thinking, well, how do I order at the same time? If you've got 2 devices, that'd be brilliant.
Absolutely.
You can stream us live on YouTube, so if you've got YouTube on your smart TV, I know a lot of you have, you could be watching us on, on the TV, on YouTube, Facebook, and be ordering on your tablet, or you can just jot down the items, like Peter said, with a good old-fashioned pen and paper, and order at the end of the show.
There we are. You stay there, right? I'm going to get you something. I've got something over here for you.
Okay.
You'll
While
like
I
this.
stand here...
You will like this, Sean.
Oh, I do like that. Don't forget to join the club as well. All the details on the website. Now, yes, there's only
there's a man with a plant. You'll be amazed. Plants. You'll be amazed what I've got tucked away in my potting shed. You will.
No, Peter, I did see these around the nursery, and I did say to Peter, I said, oh my word, the size and the quality of these oleanders are incredible. And the RRP on this is £40. You get it for under £25 on the shelf. But in a garden centre, Peter, if you could find these in a garden centre, I I'd have thought maybe about £50 nowadays for these.
They can be very expensive, Sean. The reason we've only got, and let me say, I know these are popular. They've already been popular. They are one of the most popular things we sell across all avenues. But we are down to our last few hundred now. So
I know.
If you want one of these, this is the time to get it. So you've got the flowers, you've got the evergreen foliage, you've got the Mediterranean look. They're winter hardy we say down to about -5. So if you live in a very exposed area, I always think, maybe keep them in a pot, grow them in a pot, and then when you want to, perhaps, let's say around about end of October, take them into the greenhouse or the conservatory, anywhere where they can get an element of shelter rather than being just outside.
And if you haven't got something like that, sometimes if you just put them in a corner against the wall of your house, then that can give them a protection they need, or you could fleece them and things as well. But they are pretty hardy, aren't they?
They are. And actually, I always think the rule of thumb, it's not an exact one, but the rule of thumb I always say, if you draw a line across the UK level with Birmingham, okay, south of there, normally things like oleanders are okay most winters. If we get a stinker like we did last year, where you got -8, -9, -10, and it's for a sustained period of time, think about fleece, think about getting some bubble wrap. Just keep the worst of the weather off them, and that's probably enough. But for most people, most years, down to -5, these are great. Sure. But if you want to create the Mediterranean look, this is one of those plants which I think is absolutely typical of, Southern Europe, in Spain, in Portugal, south of France, where they just look fabulous.
The thing is, you very rarely see oleanders in the garden centres and in the UK, and particularly the standard ones like these. So if you can stretch to it, go for a pair, and they're going to look absolutely magnificent. Is that your gate?
That is my little gate. Yeah.
I thought so. Yeah.
And that stone thing by the side, they're coach steps. I didn't know what they were when we first moved in, but apparently they're called coach steps, where once upon a time somebody was rich enough to own a horse, and they used to get on their horse, walk up the little steps, and get on the horse. Oh. I've got a horse. I've got a bicycle.
Right, Peter, I know I'm going to mention this again. Sorry, because I'm thinking I want you to save money at home. Peter and I want you to save money, and all the deals are incredible today. Just heard how many orders have gone through already, so thank you so much. But quite a lot of you are joining the club, because I'm just thinking those oleanders, you could actually get them for $22.50 if you join the club.
You could.
Away. And we're only talking £5 a year if you go for auto renewal, £10 a year if it's a one-off membership. But you can actually do that as you place your order right now. And I tried it earlier on my tablet down there, worked brilliantly. But this is the discount club. Normally £20, £5 for auto renewal, although Peter did say you could actually cancel that if you wanted to. So it does renew automatically if you don't, or £10 for the one-off year, but that gives you all of these benefits, and that's 10% off every plant and accessory, things like your compost. That price is amazing, and as Peter said earlier, you'll also get, when everything's sent to you, £20 off YouGarden vouchers. You can use those throughout the year, one a quarter, and you're only paying £5 or £10 to join. So for somebody, most of you do shop regularly, but to be honest, you're going to get your money back pretty much straight away, aren't you? And if you've got a basket right now, and say your basket has got 2 oleanders in for £50, then you get 10% off those instantly. You get your £5 off those. So really I want everyone really to join the club today, because you will save so much money over the year, and you can do that right now. But yeah, thanks for joining us. Keep those messages coming in. Stuart is our head of engineering, part of a big team, is there, isn't he? Well, he's surrounded by equipment anyway, some amazing technology. But
it's me, Sean. It's me, all those buttons.
So I'm not very technical, and Stu's been amazing. He's just set everything up. But anyway, back to gardening, and Peter and I, we had a look at all the plants with Jenny, and she's been amazing getting all the plants together. But there's something that caught all of our eye, and it's the pomegranate, because this is a pomegranate that you can grow in the UK. And actually, Peter, we've got one over here. I'm just going to come over there, because the flowers are really nice in this as well, aren't they?
Pomegranate,
really,
I think.
and quite unusual.
I love them. I mean, they're so in trend, aren't they? From a culinary perspective now, lots of top chefs. They're one of those superfoods again. A bit like earlier on today, we were talking about the berry bucks, the new blueberry, which is the hedging blueberry. This is the pomegranate, I think, is a belter, because what we've got here is a really ornamental Mediterranean plant. but it's winter hardy. Again, hardy down to about -7, -8, so pretty hardy anywhere in the UK. The flowers are astonishing. They're really bright, almost glowing orange red. Then you get the fruits.
I know.
Now
And these are edible, are they?
They will be edible. Now, if you want to actually produce full-size fruit, you're going to have to really replicate the Mediterranean climate. So these are going to have to be in a greenhouse or conservatory through the winter months of the year. But actually, just as a garden plant, in fact,
it's
there
just
we are.
beautiful.
Look, hang on, Sean. I found a flower. There we are. Just in here. So,
They're really
this
unusual,
is a
aren't
belter
they?
because we've got the flower and we've got the fruit on it. So beautiful things, really gorgeous additions. They're semi-evergreen, what I would describe as semi-evergreen. So they keep the foliage pretty much most of the year, but you will see some foliage dropping off here and there. But so easy to grow, so rewarding. But this is the pomegranate. So you've got a thing here which is really got a story to it, a real Mediterranean beauty and a real rarity, because you don't see these commonly around.
You really don't.
In plant form. You see the fruits in the supermarkets, but you rarely ever see these around in plant form.
See, I like putting pomegranate seeds in my salads.
Yeah.
But my supermarket, my nearest one, £5 for this pomegranate seed. Seriously. I didn't buy them, Peter, as you can imagine. But you can grow your own. And as Peter said, if you add this in, I'm lucky enough to have a greenhouse, I'd get even bigger pomegranates.
You will, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
How big could this grow then, Peter?
Oh, this is not a massive grower. So in the UK, this is going to grow to about 3 foot tall, around about 3 foot across. So it's a lovely addition to your beds and borders.
Yeah.
You can have it in a pot on the patio, so flexible really as to where you have it. It's your choice, but it really is something different, something special, and a real talking point.
And I like to mix some of my fruit and veg just with my regular plants and flowers, and I've got like a tropical area in my garden. That would fit in beautifully, wouldn't it? I'm thinking even amongst my palms and things. Wouldn't it?
I think so.
So.
Yeah, and if you grew several of these, again, you could create a little sort of mini hedge up to about 3 foot tall. So it's such a multi-purpose item. But again, it's just one of those things. I always think if you're going to grow something in your garden, make sure you tick as many boxes. The boxes that need to be ticked are, in the UK, is it hardy? So is it going to be no trouble? These are no trouble. These are pretty much bulletproof in the UK. Does it flower? Has it got colour? Does it bring interest? Yes, it does, all the way through the summer. Does it produce anything else? Does it produce fruit? Yes, it does. It produces the fruits. We can see right here, it's got a pomegranate on it right now. So it's ticking all of those boxes. It really is an absolute belter.
And so again, something really unusual, Garden Bargains. So we presented that show for many, many years, and this was one of the top sellers on it, wasn't it, Peter? Do you remember?
Yeah.
And we're back now with YouGarden, and Peter provided the plants for all of those years. We're working directly with him, and we have got that today, only £14.99, 680066. Can I just say, by the way, it is lovely to have so many of you joining us. We are back with our garden shows. We are going to be providing shows on a Wednesday, Thursday, and of course on a Sunday at 10 o'clock. All you need to do, I know you've found us already, but yeah, we're streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and of course on the YouGarden website. And what we are going to do, hello Alison, by the way, who's on YouTube right now. All the shows as well, you are going to be able to stream on the YouGarden website. So after the shows have gone out live, they will be on there. So if you missed some of it, if you wanted to watch a bit again, if there's something that caught your eye, but you didn't get the item, or things like that, you will be able to stream them on the YouGarden website. So it's yougarden.com/TV. So all of the shows will be on there. But very important, the show today, and hopefully all of the shows, that's what I'm working on with Peter, will have a special, what we call a media code. Now it's your key to all of the promotions. And the code today is YGTV7. So if you add that code to your basket, you'll automatically get a £10 gift on $9.99, and it's his gorgeous crocus. But also, if there's any other offers going, it will access all of those. So it's a great way. Well, I want everyone to actually put that in the basket, because you'll get your £10 worth of crocuses absolutely free of charge. Now, Peter's been busy over there. He's just brought in some absolutely gorgeous buddleia.
Oh, no, I've never worked so hard going on these gardening shows. I'm used to sort of just, I normally just walk in and it's all done for me. I'm doing it all. I'm doing it all. This is not acceptable for this to be like this forever.
He set up the show and everything this morning. But buddleia, I love buddleia. but we always think really of just the purple buddleia, generally speaking, don't we?
I tell you what, most people, when you think about buddleia, big,
yeah.
train tracks.
Yes.
Buddleias at the side of train tracks
huge
that are
things.
3-4 meters tall, that are taking over the world, that are invasive, that are, frankly, a right pain. These ones are a transformational development in breeding. So the breeders have actually taken the best bits of buddleia. Okay, and for me, the best bits of buddleia are the flowers.
The flowers, yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
and I'm a bit closer. If you can get your, let me just offer this one up to you. Get your nostrils around that, Sean.
Oh God, it's gorgeous.
You've
isn't
got
it?
the
really
beautiful,
fragrant,
sweet cherry pie fragrance that buddleias are renowned for.
Ooh.
Okay, and that's. I can't leave it with him for too long, otherwise he'll inhale all of the good stuff and then there won't be anything left for me. But these are absolutely fabulous. So you've got 3 colours, and all 3 of them are actually present here in flower. So we've got the gorgeous white, we've got this beautiful lilac blue, and we've got the pink, and they flower more or less all at the same time. Okay, so
look at these.
The great thing
so
about...
would you group them together, Peter?
Well, I've got them growing in my garden. I'm sorry I haven't got the picture, but I did send the guys in the office the picture of mine. So I planted all 3 colours together in an area of my garden last summer. They are now about, I'm going to say, 3 foot tall. They're all grown in together. It looks like it almost makes it look like they're a tri-coloured buddleia. So it looks like one big bush with 3 different flower colours on it. The butterflies are swarming over it. And its common name is the butterfly bush. But the Candy series, which is this particular series, is special because it's compact. It's a patio form. So it's going to grow to around about 3.5 foot tall. Of course, what you do with buddleias, because they flower on the current year's growth. So they flower on the current year's growth. So every year, what we do around about February time. So go in there, trim them down about halfway. Probably nothing for the first year, maybe even the second year. Don't prune them at all. But keep them into a lovely compact thing of about the woody structure of about sort of 18 inches to 2 foot. All of the new growth then will cover itself in flowers around about now onwards. So you've got flowers, you've got colour, you've got fragrance. It's attracting swarms of butterflies and they absolutely love it. And it's the best behaved buddleia ever because these are really compact. So whereas buddleias just take over the world
they
and they're
can
a
be
right
a bit
nuisance,
wild, can't they? Yeah.
Not these ones. These are really beautiful.
And
so refined versions of the much loved butterfly bush.
And those colours are gorgeous, aren't they? I mean, they really are. So the soft lilac, they sort of like vintage white, and then that really, it's like the red's like a crimson, isn't it?
It is. I love it. And they go well together.
Yeah, they do.
And because they're from the same breeding program, what they've basically done is they've picked 3 that will grow well together. So they will grow to the same size and give you the same flowering period. And
don't forget, because you're ordering on the the TV show, if you put that media code in YGTV7, you won't be paying the recommended retail price. You'll get those for just $19.97. It works out about £6.66 each, which is incredible value. And YouGarden, Peter was saying earlier, YouGarden is all about gardening for everybody. And even if you've got, maybe you've got quite a small garden, or even just a little backyard or something like that. I think a lot of people just grow plants in pots, don't they? You could actually grow those all in pots, couldn't you?
These would be great in pots, and in fact, we've got the 30-litre heavy-duty pots in the show today, and they're an all-time favourite, frankly, of Garden Bargains and Ideal World customers, and that's what those of you that have seen our shows over the years, there we are. Look at that. Can you see those?
Yeah. And you get 4 now. We'll give you the details of these in a moment's time, but you actually get 4 today.
He's going to shoot me for doing that, isn't he? I just ruined his shot.
You did.
It was all looking lovely until I thrust the pot forward.
You got a bit close to the camera. That was all, mate. It was all. We saw a close up of you,
Showed
Peter.
all the wrinkles. High definition is not good for me. These are amazing, though. These are grower quality pots. They are frost proof, they are sunshine proof, they are heavy duty. You can reuse them time and time and time and time again, year in, year out. In fact, I've got some of these I've been using, I reckon, for at least 10 years.
Now, the price today, and I've sold this for years with Peter, under £20 with postage included, and bearing in mind the sizes, that is incredible. And we were sort of talking here about the things we've used them for, and we both said just general weeding, use them as your garden truck. We've both got log burners, they're great for like putting your logs in there. I've got tomatoes growing in those right now. I've grown potatoes in them. I also use them to actually put my compost in. Sometimes it's easier for me to get compost out of those rather than a bag.
Yeah,
you know?
that's true actually, because the bag always seems to want to close on itself.
Yeah.
Whereas once you've poured it into there, it's good. So
and just general tidying up. You were saying when you're doing, jobs in the greenhouse and the garage and things.
I use one as a. Because you know the little things that you put your tools into that are they're almost like the size of a shoebox with a handle on the top.
Yeah.
They're rubbish, absolute rubbish. You can't fit anything. I find I can never fit everything in. So I've got a 30-litre pot that's clean that I'm allowed in the house with, because I have to get permission, dispensation for things like that. But I do put all of my tools in it. So cordless drill bits, hammer, a couple of screwdrivers, different bits and pieces. Put it all in a 30-litre pot, and then I've got the grab handles that make it easier to just carry it up the stairs or wherever. So they are so multi-purpose.
I got a couple of Christmas trees from you last year, and I've got them growing in these right now. And the reason I chose these, I'll be honest, when it comes to Christmas, I'll make the pots look more festive.
You can just coat. You could just smother. You could just literally put a wrap of hessian around.
Yeah,
them
exactly. But the reason I've got my Christmas trees in them because it's a lot easier because I'm going to move them around. They're actually just in the corner of my garden right now. But obviously, when I'm bringing them inside and things like that, they're so easy to carry as well with the two handles. So honestly, of all the things I've bought from Peter over the years, I think it's fair to say I use those the most, pretty much every time I garden. And I've had mine, 10 years probably, and they've never ever cracked, broken. They're frost-proof, they're UV resistant, they're really sturdy. And something we didn't mention, if you are growing things in them, you have got the drainage holes at the side, and one of the biggest killers of plants has been overwatered and waterlogged. And obviously we've had a couple of really wet months earlier on this summer, but you have got the drainage holes at the side as well as in the bottom as well, so you get amazing drainage in those heavy duty pots. They're an absolute winner. They're under £20. Postage is included. On today's show, 130011. Do you know what I'm loving about this new format with our show? So we broadcast live from the nursery, so the nursery is literally outside here. But I chat to you lovely viewers as Peter does all the work and gets everything out and ready. So, as if by magic now...
Thank you for that. Yeah, that's really kind.
We might have to job share the next one.
I think so. I'm not as young as I once was.
No, I was going to say, you're far too old to be doing all this work,
I can't
Peter.
be doing this. No, not indefinitely.
But these are amazing, aren't they, Peter?
Well, this is, frankly, if you're busy... So if I think about people who would really like the pre-planted baskets... And may I just say, these are growing in the compost. So this is the potting bench with our premium professional compost. These pre-planted baskets are growing in this compost. We've grown them over at our other nursery. So we grow tens and tens of thousands of pre-planted baskets a year for the autumn and then again for the spring. Henry, our technical director, has overseen. If I just let you hold that for a moment,
with pleasure.
For me. Henry, our technical director, has overseen the production of these, and they are super quality. So the weather pattern, because it's been a bit cooler over the last month or so, interestingly, these have really done very well.
Yeah, they're actually a bit ahead of the time.
They're ready a couple of weeks early, which is brilliant. So if your summer baskets are beginning to look a little bit tired, and some are, I was driving by somewhere the other day and they were just looking a bit yellow and going over a bit. Yeah. There's a point in time when actually you just unhook the old ones and then you just pop these in their place. Simple as. These will be delivered to you, nursery fresh. We've got special packaging that makes sure it gathers up all of the foliage. That little band that you can see there, down on that side down, I'm just going to show you in a bit more detail. When you get yours home, just get a pair of scissors, snip it, and then just carefully whip it through and get rid of it. All that's there to do is so that I'm just going to prove to you how well produced these are.
Oh, wow.
So, that band holds them in. So it won't, even if the chap delivering to you inadvertently upends the box, that strap is going to make sure that they stay exactly the way they should be, as will the packaging. But these are Pansy Cool Wave, so you've got 9 months of flowering from now onwards to look forward to. You've got to water them. I would say use a little bit of high potash feed. The Blooming Fast soluble fertiliser that we sell is fabulous. Use that, but that display there you can create. Yeah. Sean has grown these himself. I don't know whether yours looked as good as that, but they
did, honestly.
They smother themselves to the point you can't see the foliage.
I remember seeing those images like you are at home right now and thinking, Well, mine aren't going to be quite as good as that, but they were. They really were. And my
Yeah.
mum's were as well. And it's my favourite pansy to grow now. Now, my hanging baskets, Peter, are still looking rather good, I have to say, my summer baskets. So, no, but what I was
It's showing off again.
No, but I have used Blooming Fast, as Peter mentioned, which again is on a website. But what I'd do if I was buying these now, I wouldn't be using them as hanging baskets. These actually clip off. So
They do.
I'd actually, if your baskets are still looking good, then just unclip these, have them as pots, around the garden, on steps and things like that, and then you can pop them up as baskets as and when you need. Now, I just want to talk about postage, because I'm going to be perfectly honest. These are obviously big, they're heavy, so the P&P is more than some of the other items. But the great thing is, when it comes to postage, you only pay postage once. So if you're buying these in loads of other items in the show, it will all go in one box, so you'll only pay the $6.99 postage, but that'll be for everything that you want.
As well.
Yeah.
And actually, if we do split your order up into more than one box, and we do that sometimes, so if you order compost, it will always go on its own. And the reason for that is it's just heavy, bulky, and we wouldn't want to put that in a box with your hanging baskets or anything else, because it might damage them. So the compost always goes on its own, and that's why we sell it as a delivered price, so it's free P&P, so you don't have to worry about that. With these, if for example you ordered this pair of hanging baskets and you ordered the beautiful tulips we were looking at earlier, the Paradise Purple tulips, your tulips will be popped in the box with these, job done. And it really is as simple as that. So less packaging, less for you to get rid of, friendlier for the environment, and of course it saves you having multiple deliveries. But you do need to, just order it all together. That's the only thing I'd say. Order it in one order, and then we can do that for you.
And say you'll only pay one postage. Now, I'm going to say it again, because I know we're getting a lot of you watching us now, and I think the shows are just going to get bigger and bigger as more people find us. So we're streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and the great thing is on the YouGarden website, the special TV page now, so it's yougarden.com/TV, and all the shows will be on there. So they'll all be loaded onto the website, so if you miss one, if you want to watch one again, if we make a mistake and you really want to watch that bit back, you'll be able to do that, won't you, Peter?
You don't ever make mistakes, do you, Sean?
No, but you do. So
that's hurtful, isn't it?
No,
that's hurtful.
Listen, we both over the years, we've all made a few mistakes.
You know that health and safety briefing about getting run over by tractors on the nursery? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it does happen sometimes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, just be careful, mate.
All right. Well, what's to say? He's my new boss, anyway, aren't you? Yeah.
No.
We don't really see it like that, do we?
No.
But honestly, we are just so pleased to be back, and do make sure you put that media code in your basket. Can we mention this beautiful...
Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop my baskets down here.
Shall I bring this in?
And you get the Acer.
Because this... We actually did some filming with the Acers yesterday.
We did.
One of the great things, you will get to see a lot more of the nursery. Now we're broadcasting directly from it. But this... I mean, I love Acers. But this is 3-in-1, isn't it?
It really is. So what we've done is called Acer Festival. And you've got 3 different varieties to give you 3 different foliage colours. So we've got Atropurpureum, which is the burgundy one that you may be familiar with, and then you've also got Orange Dream, which is a triple coloured variety, and then you've got a beautiful rich deep green as well. So the 3 most diverse colourways that you can end up with, all potted into the same container in a 3-litre pot. So if you love Acers, but you think, I love Acers, but the garden's looking a bit, either it's a smaller garden, maybe you haven't got space, or you've planted so extensively, you're now really getting to the point where you haven't got any more space at all. This is great in a pot. The pot that it's in, by the way, Sean, that isn't the pot that it comes in.
But there are loads of great pots on the website.
It comes, as you can see there, in this grower pot. But then there's loads of pots like this is the Infinity pot, if you like the look of that one. It's got the Infinity sort of design going all the way around it. That's available on the website. And actually, it just proves, I think you were well advised popping that in there, because it does look beautiful.
Oh, it does.
When you put them in a decorative pot, they look fabulous. They look fabulous. But thinking about Acers, get them in a place where it's a little bit shady. They appreciate shade. They don't like really harsh, bright sunlight. They also love being next to a water feature. It calms them down. No, sorry. No,
but they look good.
It increases the humidity in the atmosphere. It increases the atmosphere humidity. It probably does calm them down as well. I don't know. I've never spoken to an Acer about it. But the high humidity is great for the foliage, because Acers can tend to get little brown edges if they get a bit dry. And if you want to prevent that, keep the humidity level up. And a shady, high humidity spot outside, away from the wind.
And Peter, I do know from my own experience, because I nearly killed mine, and it was because I was moving house, and I was moving all the plants and pots, and I just put it in the windiest position for only a couple of days, and it did survive, but only just because they hate wind, don't they?
They hate wind.
Yes.
And what happens,
because
they're delicate. If you look at the serrated foliage, that acers have. So you've got these classic 5-lobed leaves, and then sometimes you even get delicate serrations. But yeah, you've got the sort of almost, this one here is a great example. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lobes on that particular leaf. And then on the edges, you've also got fine serration. Some of them are really, really fine, finer than that even. But when they rub against each other, when the leaves move, which they will, of course, in the wind, they'll just rub against each other. It just desiccates them, it dries them out, and then you get those sort of brown, crispy edges, which are not nice. So if you've got a water feature, perfect. If you've got a place that's sheltered, perfect. If you've got a zen area of your garden, maybe where you've got some gravel and some statuary, this is the perfect addition. But because you've got the 3 varieties in one pot, you've got a real spectacle.
It's amazing. So, and you know, a lot of people have got smaller gardens nowadays, so that in a pot, even in the smallest of space, would look absolutely incredible. And obviously we forget, Peter, we you know, in a few weeks' time, we'll be heading into September and autumn, and they look amazing in autumn, don't they?
Acers are, you know, New England in the falls kind of thing. The acers and the changing foliage colours that you can enjoy at that point of year with acers is amazing. And again, because you've got 3 varieties here, you've not only got 3 different colours of foliage during the year, but you've also got 3 subtly different colours in the autumn as well. So and then acers, when they are without any leaves, which they are through the winter months because they're deciduous, I still think the statuesque feature, the actual form of an acer is still really, really
and actually,
fabulous.
what I've done with some of my acers in the winter time, I've actually put some little lights on at Christmas time and things like that. Very creative, and it does work. It looks great. But I can honestly say the festival is incredible to have all 3 varieties working together there, and. We're always going to have on the live shows. We're always going to have extra special deals. Don't forget. I know I keep going on about it, but obviously we're all new to this, and we are going to give you a media code, which is YGTV7. If you put that in your basket, that it's like a key. Peter describes it as a magic key, and it unlocks all the promotions. So you will definitely get the free crocus worth $9.99, but also any of the promotions, it will activate those at the same time. So the RRP on that is $39.99. $29.99 is all you pay today. And just stay there, just really quickly. I wonder how many people have joined our club today, because quite a few did earlier. Peter, honestly, I thought this was too good. I was like, where's the catch on this one? Because for £5 a year if you go for auto renewal, or £10 a year if you just go for a one-off year membership, you get all of these benefits. And if you put this in your basket now, you'll automatically get 10% off all the plants and the compost.
You literally will.
By just spending either £5 or £10. And you get £20 worth of vouchers. You can spend those quarterly on the YouGarden website and on the TV shows, I presume, Peter.
Absolutely.
But, you know, if you think, you know, I'd probably spend, I bet, even if you only spend £10 a week with us, that would be £500 a year. If you get 10% off that, off your plants, that would be a £50 saving, Peter.
It's not everybody that walks around the world giving £50 notes out, but you can save. And actually, the other thing I would say is, have you got gardening friends? I know you've got loads of gardening friends.
Yeah, well, I'm in a gardening club, of course, as well. Yeah.
That's my point. So you can order together with your mates, can't you? You can place a big order.
Yeah.
You can just gather it together. I shouldn't be saying this because I'm doing myself a disservice.
I know.
But we've got this works, and we, because we are producing, so the ready planted pre-grown hanging baskets we grow ourselves. We're prime producers. We're growing hundreds of thousands of roses a year. We're growing tens and tens and tens of thousands of fruit trees a year, etc. So we are producing products, so we can actually pass on great value to you guys, and the club is just one example of how we do that. So join it yourself, and then group together with friends, place a bigger order, and see how it goes. And even if you go for the £5 version, which is the auto renewal one, if you don't like it, just ring us up and cancel it. I would say do that, please, because if you don't want it and you're not using it, then just cancel it. I don't want you to have something you don't want or need, but I can tell you, if you're a regular buyer, it will save you lots of money.
I mean, that's just, to me, you just don't even have to think about that, do you? The great thing is, I was worried that you had to join the club, then wait a few weeks for it all to come through to get your discount. No, if you put it in your basket with your plants today, that discount will have applied automatically, which is brilliant.
Instantly. So you can,
great.
You join today, you start saving today, and then you'll get special email promotions. You'll get 4 vouchers that are worth £5 each that you can use in the quarterly. So Jan to March, April to June and so on. You've got £5 to spend across each of those quarters per year, which ties in brilliantly with what most people do in the garden. You know, most of our customers, they'll place 3 or 4 orders a year, so it works perfectly for them.
Yeah, so thank you. And actually, if you have joined the club, messages, we would love to know if you've joined today. Stuart's our head of engineering, technical, he's the cleverest one, isn't he?
He is very clever.
Yes.
He's got more buttons than you can shake a stick at out there. I don't know what he's doing. He keeps pressing lots of buttons. I don't know what's happening.
It's amazing. He's doing cameras, graphics, producing.
He's juggling and he's playing a guitar at the same time.
Yes.
I can't see because we're in here. We're in the potting shed. I think he's locked us in, actually. I heard a clunk on the door when we came in. I think he's locked us in.
We did do a rehearsal, kind of a rehearsal yesterday, and it was boiling hot in here, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
We've got an air conditioning unit now, it's so much better. But it's all been set up really in an amazing time.
Well, when you have a TV studio in a greenhouse, what could possibly go wrong? In
Do you
August?
know what? I'm just like, is it going to be freezing? In the winter, is it going to be freezing?
Oh, it's freezing, yeah. You'll be wearing a pullover.
Well. Anyway, we're going to move on to our next item. Now, I moved house about 3 years ago, and my garden I had to start from scratch with, and I wanted some things that would grow really quickly but look really, really attractive. And I put in some Sambucus, Peter, and they have been incredible. In fact, I'll bring some pictures in next time we do a show. But mine, in about just over 2 years, maybe 2.5 years, they're about this kind of size, and now I would say they're 1.5 meters. Yeah. They're really fast growing, these, aren't they?
They are. And
they're beautiful.
So there are various forms of this, and foliage shape-wise, you could say, well, hang on, that looks a bit similar to an Acer.
To the Acer, yeah.
Which the serration and the delicacy of the foliage, it does look a little bit like that. But no, this is a totally, utterly winter hardy shrub. When I first said, Sean, we got this Sambucus, he said, brilliant, I'll bring a coffee bean and a lighter. He thought he was going to be setting fire to it and shotting it. And I said, no,
not Sambucus.
Not Sambucus. And anyway, so this is gorgeous, and it's got this lovely gold and green coloration. But if you've already got one of the chocolate foliage versions
I've got those as well,
Yeah, well, I promise you, if you can visualise this planted right next to it, okay, the colour combination of the chocolate and the gold is awesome. Absolutely awesome. So you can plant them together. So you're getting 3. These are the 3 plants you're getting there. So we're delivering these to you. This is the perfect time to be planting them right now. You can plant them straight into the soil. You can plant them into a pot and have them on the patio if you wish. It doesn't matter. They're totally, utterly winter hardy. They will lose their foliage in the winter because they're deciduous. But don't worry about that. They just come back and do it all again. And they're virtually trouble-free in terms of pruning. No pruning really for the first probably 3 or 4 years.
And do the gold ones still get the berries and things as well?
They do, of course, absolutely, no different at all. So all of the normal performance that you would expect from any other Sambucus, I'm doing it to myself now. Can I have a drink, please? But you've just got this really, really bright, zingy foliage colour that's outstanding, really is outstanding.
And they say they are fast growing. They're not invasive, they're not like a bamboo that are quite invasive. You can chop these back.
Absolutely,
and,
just
really
trim them back.
easily.
And actually, even if you pruned these back now, if I took these back by half with a pair of secateurs and gave them a proper haircut, they'll just come straight back into leaf and grow again.
It amazes me that more people don't have these in the garden because they are great. You know, so they look really attractive, they're easy,
and
they're
at
fast-growing.
£5 each, value for money wise. And these were one of our really big growers had a cancelled order. So these we've managed to get these at a special price because they had a cancelled order. The ones we don't sell in this form, I can absolutely tell you, we will be potting up into 3-litre pots. Okay, these are costing you £5 each now. Okay, if you come back, just project yourself forward to probably, I'm going to say April next year. We will have these in 3-litre pots. They will be about £20 each.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It's up to you. Yeah. You can buy that today for £5. And you could put that into a 3-litre pot now, which will cost you £1, probably. Or You can wait until next year, and we'll sell the grown-on versions of these in 3-litre pots for about £20.
Cool. Now, can you get us our freebie, Peter?
Oh yeah.
I love Peter doing all the work. I've lost a picture and I've lost. Oh, there
You've
it
lost
is.
it all. I think you've lost your edge, to be honest. I think.
Hey, I've had 7 weeks off. You know, I don't think I'm too rusty, to be honest.
Yeah.
But this is your free gift on today's show, and I hope everyone's doing this. When you put your basket together, try and go for the club membership as well, because that's such good value. But if you put that code in, we call it a media code, YGTV7, all the promotions that are available will unlock, and you'll definitely get your free gift. These gorgeous 40 mixed species crocus worth £9.99. That will be your free gift. And even if you only buy one thing from the show, pop that in your basket, you'll still get it absolutely free.
You absolutely will. Yeah. If
So
you order one item, you'll get that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But,
and I want you to, because now's the time. There are 40 bulbs in here. They're all guaranteed to be a flowering size. These will flower beautifully from February onwards next year, and now is the time to get them planted, to get them established. And what I do when I'm planting, so these look lovely. If you've got an area, a lawn area where you don't mow it as much, maybe it's a little bit of a sort of scruffy, edgy bit of the lawn that you don't necessarily keep prim and proper. Get yourself, if you've got a little crowbar, okay, a little tiny crowbar, make a hole, probably about 2-3 inches deep, no deeper than that, drop a bulb in it. Doesn't matter what way around, it'll grow, it'll sort itself out. Or get a little screwdriver and just make a little hole, drop a bulb in, and put them in groups of 5 or 7, and they will be be beautiful. And put them, slightly shady, they love that, no problem at all. But they are absolute
so right, they
belters.
kind of lovely amongst grass and
Yeah, they do. They just
and
pop up
trees and
so early in the year. They bring colour and joy so early in the year.
And I was thinking back to last year when you get those first early spring mornings and you're outside and the weather's just picking up a bit and you see the crocus coming through. It's quite magical, isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I officially suffer from SAD, the seasonal disorder thing, but I always get a bit down after Christmas.
No, I do.
Around about
right.
late January into February, and then something just picks me up. And I think it is the emergence of crocus, and then the snowdrops, and all of the daffodils and the tulips, and all of those things
so important.
and then the day length starts increasing, and the world just seems to open up again.
And there are some years where I think, can we bother to plant bulbs? But I always do, and I'm so glad I do, because you're right, the joy that they bring to grow. And they're free. With every order, you just need to put that media code in, YGT7, lucky 7. Now, Peter, we've had, the last few weeks hasn't been too bad, but we've had a lot of rain this summer, haven't we?
Have.
I think July was one of the wettest on record. Now, the lawns have looked great with all that rain, haven't they? Really nice and green, but obviously the slugs and the snails, they've loved it, haven't they?
They have. And actually, I use this product since it first emerged, and the story behind this I think is fab, because this was actually developed, it's a UK developed product, so it's a homegrown UK product, developed in conjunction with Leeds University. And what they did was they took straw and they put it through a process called mineralisation. And what that does is it changes the state and the nature of the straw. The best way I can describe it is if you've got a filling, if you've got a metallic filling, and you ever touch anything metallic on it. So if you've got one of those sort of silver fillings and you ever touch it with like a piece of tin foil.
Oh, it's awful, isn't it?
It is isn't it?
Yeah.
That sensation is, I believe, what slugs and snails feel when they go near Strolch. It's like an electric charge that just sets them on edge.
So it doesn't kill them.
No.
But it kind of they feel like, I don't like this, and they want to move on.
No, absolutely. So this is non-toxic. So there's no chemicals here. Okay, no chemicals. It's completely natural. It's reusing purposefully the byproduct of agriculture. So here we're taking straw that might get burnt or wasted or whatever, and we're turning it into something that makes a massive difference.
Peter, we've got postage included if you order off the show.
I know,
right
that's
now.
mad, isn't it? I don't know how that.
Yeah,
I actually genuinely don't know how that happened.
Well,
but because this
big
bag
and heavy,
is
isn't it?
massive.
Yeah.
It's a 90-litre bag. So this is one of those items that falls into the real high cost courier thing.
And Peter,
Jenny's going to have to answer some. If you're watching, Jenny, you may get called to my office later.
Now I've got a question, because I know lots of you joined the club today. Do you get
Yeah.
You get 10% off this as
10%
well?
off this straight away, absolutely.
So join the club for £5 auto renewal, and you'll get
£2.30 straight away.
Yeah, you would. Good maths, Peter.
Yeah, I know.
Look at that.
Well, 10% is easy. That's why we got that. The only reason we said 10% is the 10% because I can work those out. I couldn't do 11 or 12.
So if you buy
they're complicated.
two bags of that, you've nearly got your £5 membership back already. Peter, we saw it on the beds and borders there, looking really attractive.
Yeah.
Does it blow away though?
Well,
or does it stay put?
what I've found in my garden, okay, so I've used this, I've got some hostas, and I've got to tell you, it stops slugs in their wake.
Wow.
So it doesn't kill them, it just, what it does, because it gives them that horrible tingly thing, they just go off somewhere else. I assume they just go off and eat my next door neighbour's hostas.
Perfect.
Which frankly works really well for me.
Yeah, because you've fallen out with you and the neighbour, haven't you?
No, not at all, I haven't. But I've got very nice neighbours.
Only joking, by the way.
But,
you're probably watching, yeah.
Well, yeah, there's going to be some questions
and they're thinking,
now.
hang on, that's why...
What have you been saying?
Yeah, but your neighbours are watching now thinking, that's why our hostas are covered in holes.
Exactly,
Yeah, and yours
exactly.
are.
So let me tell you what this does.
Yeah,
so first of all,
Peter.
the mineralisation process makes it really unappealing for slugs and snails, so they just go elsewhere. Okay, so they won't eat things like hostas. I've put this around the hostas in my garden and things like delphiniums, because delphiniums, particularly all of that lush, green, really watery kind of stuff that comes through very early in the season, that's the stuff that slugs come out and munch on crazily. So it will deter and get rid of slugs and snails. You said, will it blow away? No, it doesn't, because what happens is as soon as it rains on it, it forms like a sort of crust, but not in an unpleasant way. It just forms like a mat almost that then really works then positively in several ways. It keeps the moisture in. So it will let rain go through it, and it will stop the evaporation process of the rain going back up into the sky. But what it also does, which is fabulous, is it blocks out the light. So emerging weeds won't be able to germinate because they won't get any light down there. So it will also deter the weeds. So it's, again, I always talk about boxes being ticked with products and plants and so on.
It's a really good all-round.
Snails and slugs sorted out. Yeah. It's going to act as a mulch to keep all of the moisture in, so you're using less water. It will also stop weeds growing, and I think it looks brilliant. I think it looks lovely. It's a bit like
I do.
Down.
I think it's really attractive.
It just looks great.
And I think with gardening is a little bit more challenging nowadays with climate change and things like that. And there are so many benefits of getting straw. And say we've had a particularly wet summer, and if you've had loads of things that have been nibbled away, then that will really, really help. And it doesn't kill the slugs, it just gets them to move on to Peter's neighbours. Now, we've still got a few extra things to show. We haven't done the Pride of Madeira yet, have we, Peter?
We haven't done the Pride of Madeira. We haven't actually done the Star Jasmine, which
yes.
I'd love to do. Can we do the Star Jasmine now?
I'm not. You're the boss, Peter.
Well, I'm just the gardener. I'm just the bloody gardener, me. I just turn
He's a very good gardener.
I just turn up and talk about gardens and stuff. I do.
Do you know what I'm impressed with, Peter? You actually still do your own garden.
I do. I love it. Although Sarah's doing the garden. My wife Sarah's doing the garden. She said, I'm going to mow the lawn today. Have you filled up the petrol? Because we've got a petrol mower.
Right.
We will replace it, I think, with an electric one when the petrol one wears out completely. But for now, it's okay. And I said, of course I have, and I did. I filled it up at the weekend. It's all perfect, so she's good to go. So I'm going to get home to a lovely stripy lawn. It's going to be great.
Does she cut it better than you? Would you say?
I think the attention to detail for both of us is good. But we both love gardening. And it's a great thing. You get outdoors, and then it also creates a lovely environment outdoors when you're out there in the evenings and so on. Especially this time of year.
It is such a great hobby to have, isn't it? It really is.
Yeah.
Now, this is something that I've got. I've got it in a big pot actually at home. It was Angela, and Angela, by the way, if you're wondering where Angela is, she's retired in France. But we still keep in touch.
I think she's drinking that peasant wine. She's probably what is it, about 12? Coming up to 1 o'clock. She's probably on her third bottle by now, I reckon.
She might be
strong
watching
stuff as well.
She'll promise to watch. She'll be emailing it.
Yeah.
But Angela was the one that told me about this Star Jasmine, and I have to say it's been beautiful, Peter.
This is a power-packed plant. I mean, it's a climber. It's a Mediterranean plant. And you can see here, there's just a few little stars.
Yes.
The great news about this is these are grown 5 miles away from here.
Oh, are they?
These
really?
are grown in the UK. So although it's a Mediterranean plant, we've got an absolutely fabulous local grower who produces these for us. So they're British grown, they're high quality, and they are absolutely magnificent. I think I've got 3 of these in my current garden, and they're probably they've filled up a space of about, I'm going to say, 3.5 foot tall by about 3.5 foot across.
Oh, as big as that.
And they have got, I mean, I don't know how many flowers, but it must be thousands.
And they've just kept going, man. Have
They just keep going, absolutely. So the secret with these is, if you want them to keep flowering, just imagine tomato food, high potash tomato food. So potash equals flowers. So NPK on your fertiliser. Nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium is the N, the P and the K. The K is potassium. And the way to remember what N, P and K does is shoots, roots and fruits.
Ah,
so
okay.
N is nitrogen, so the green, leafy, lush parts of the plant, that's fueled by nitrogen. Phosphorus is for your roots and your stems, that's the P, and then K is flowers and fruits. So if you want your star jasmine to flower its socks off for the longest period of time, when you've fed your tomatoes, give a little bit to this, and to your hanging baskets, and to anything else that's in a container that's flowering or fruiting, give it a high potash food. The blooming fast soluble food is perfect.
Yeah.
That's the perfect, it's really high potash.
And we've got that obviously on the website in this bit. Now, Peter, mine didn't lose its leaves.
No, they're evergreen. You do find in the winter they sometimes go a little bit sort of dark,
bit reddy.
burgundy.
Yes,
exactly.
mine did.
But it is an evergreen, and actually in the winter we've just had, I mean, it was a stinker. Mine have just come through that, so we had -8, and mine have been absolutely fine.
Mine actually, I liked the reddiness in the winter though.
I think it's quite pleasant. Yeah, exactly. But they are beautiful. They are a true climber. So give them a trellis or a framework to grow up, and they will reward you with beautiful summer fragrance. But we've got one just outside the doors that lead from the kitchen onto the patio, and when the doors are open, which obviously they are a lot of this time of year, you just get
you get all that fragrance.
Beautiful, heady, superb perfume just wafting in.
Now, I just want to mention postage, because I know some of you might have just started watching us right now. Obviously, brand new shows are going to be with you every Wednesday and Thursday. And we've got a Sunday show at 10 o'clock as well. But postage, you only pay one postage. So, even if you're buying lots of items, and the individual P&P would add up to, I don't know, £25-30, you'll only actually pay one postage. So whatever the highest postage is, if it's whatever is the biggest item, that is all you'll actually pay. So if you're buying this, put loads more in your basket, you'll only pay that one postage. That's really good, Peter.
Well, and that's
really good.
And that's the way we operate our business. So it's the fair way to do it, and it also encourages us to put as many items into the fewest number of boxes, because I know, we get stuff delivered at home, and actually if you've got a delivery and it gets broken up into different bits, it's a right nuisance, because blimey, you get a message saying, it's going to be delivered between 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock today, and then the next day something's going to be delivered at a different time. So we try and group it together as much as we can, so you're least inconvenienced, basically. And
environmentally it just makes sense as well.
Of course.
Right, Peter, you've done enough lifting. I'm worried about you. So I'm just going to get the Pride of Madeira. I'm going to leave you with the compost.
Thank you, Sean.
You've done far too much lifting, Peter.
I have. I feel quite tired, actually.
Well, I thought
I'm ready
so.
for a little lay down. I might go for we should get a hammock. That's what we need.
That's a good idea.
A little hammock. We could have a little
An
lay
extra
down.
strong one, Peter.
Sorry?
Sorry.
What are you saying?
No, I'm saying
He's gone from being rude to abusive now.
Do you know what I'm worried about that? Peter says he's bought his amazing cakes in every day since we've been here. And I'm slightly, but I think I've put on a few pounds definitely already, Peter. Now, look, I love a bargain, okay? I absolutely love a bargain. I couldn't believe these. I spotted them in the nursery, and I thought, because we had these on our other shows, and I thought this was going to be the best part of £40, Peter. Maybe on offer at $29.99. These are $14.99. Is that the size that we will get, Peter?
This is exactly the size.
Seriously?
So they're in a 2 litre pot. This is how big a 2 litre pot is. So it's 2 litre by volume. That's the pot size. This is the actual size, and these are great. So I'd plant these for me need to go into a beautiful sunny bed or border somewhere. The sunnier, the better. And actually, what they really, really will cope well with is if you've got an area that's like always dry, always a bit gravelly and a bit really kind of well drained, that few things will grow in that environment. These will absolutely love it.
God.
So these are native to growing on sort of rock slopes and very free draining places in Madeira, hence the name Pride of Madeira. And they are an absolute magnet to all of the friendly pollinators that you would want in your garden. So each one of these, the reason I'm showing you the top is each one of these stems here, that's where the spires of blue flowers will emerge. So from each and every one of these rosettes of foliage, if you like, that's where the beautiful spires of blue flowers will come.
And they, architecturally, I mean, there you can see that, they're dramatic, aren't they?
They are, and unusually, they don't need any support. So if you think about delphiniums, I grow delphiniums, I love them.
I do, but
these fill a similar kind of colour palette to the delphinium. But these are so woody and strong, they actually don't need you to worry about putting bamboo canes or any support in to hold them.
Because the trouble with that is, well, they can look, you know, when you've got, I mean, my mum's got some hollyhocks at the moment, and I've had to put loads of stakes in.
And they get really tall, don't they? They'll get to 8 foot
But it
tall.
looks messy now with all the canes, do you know what I mean?
So these are self-supporting, they're really woody. They are hardy to a point, so I would say with these, hardy to about -4, -5 degrees. If you live in a very exposed or a place that gets very cold, I would just say, you know, maybe in a pot and then put them under protection in the worst of the winter, or accept that fleecing or bubble wrapping them for part of the year through the very worst part of the winter or any very cold spells, that would be a good thing to do.
Now, Peter, and I'm not just saying this, I know that price is incredible. It is. The stock has to go.
We've got these are our last few now, so there's a few things which are, you know, coming to the end of the availability that we have each year. So we always buy thousands. We literally have many thousands of Pride of Madeira. We're down to hundreds now. As with the oleander stanzas that we showed you earlier, we're down to hundreds of those now. So it's a great.
So I'm going to buy 3, Peter.
Are you?
I am.
Pride of Madeira?
Yeah, because I've got an area that I've still not done in my garden that's like near the tropical area. And it's exactly what you say. It's quite poor soil. It's dry. It gets loads of sun. These are going to be perfect.
Perfect.
And it's against like a wall as well. So I'm thinking they're going to get that extra bit of shelter, maybe.
Yeah, bit of shelter, and as I say, they love the sun.
Yeah. Well, we're getting really busy. Don't forget, join the club. You'll get 10% off those. That's good, isn't it?
45. If you buy 3 of these, Sean, and I'm going to charge you full price.
No, I've joined the club.
I wanted evidence, basically, that this is agreed. If you buy 3 of these, full price, that's going to be 45 quid. Okay, £4.50 is your 10% saving.
Yeah, if you go for the club membership,
you're only 50p down on the club membership.
That's very true. Yeah, very true. So. They are amazing at that size, and something really quite spectacular for your garden as well. But we've just heard from Jenny, who helps put the show together. She's been amazing, actually, giving me loads of help, and she's made me some great coffee as well.
She's not made me any coffee. Interesting. No.
She likes me.
I think there's a bit of favouritism going on here.
Jenny likes me.
I think because you're a TV celebrity, you're getting special treatment, whereas I'm just the gardener who gets to do all of the work, and I don't get cups of coffee. I'm not moaning about it. I'm just mentioning it. Well, it's not a complaint yet. It's not an official complaint yet.
Just a gun. You're the boss.
There'll have to be an investigation. That's what they do on TV companies, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. But
you have to be a thorough investigation. Probably have a whole sort of, Anyway, let's move on.
Anyway, moving swiftly on. Jenny just informed us that the busiest item of the show, we're not surprised at all, is the plant of the month. And these are an absolute winner. The Pansy Cool Wave in this brand new variety, berries and cream. And Peter, I learned about this from you about 3 years ago. Started growing them. And I was just amazed at how many flowers I got and how they cascade gently, and they just keep going, don't they?
When I describe this, and I know this is one of the items I'm going to cover when I come to do the talk for your gardening.
Yes,
club.
Peter's coming to do a talk, and I run a garden club, the North Loughton Garden Club. I'm chairman, as it happens. That sounds very grand, doesn't it?
Do you wear a cravat and monocle? No. That's what chairmans do.
No, I just wear a t-shirt and
turn
jeans.
Up in a Jaguar.
It's very relaxed. Honestly, it's a really relaxed garden club. But Peter's kindly offered to speak for us. But is this one of the?
This is one of the items I'm going to mention, because if we think about, as a gardener, what do you want in your garden? Okay, so first of all, we all have to make choices, because however big your garden is, if you're a crazily keen gardener and you've got a massive garden, you've still got limits, because you've still got a physical limit of space and all your time. So the things that you pick have to be hard workers. They have to be what I describe as doers. They have to really be performers. Pansy Cool Wave, in all of its forms, is one of those plants that you just think, did that really happen? It will flower for up to 9 months of the year. Okay, so within a week or 2 of you receiving these, you'll get the first flowers. Okay, that's the first thing. It will then flower through autumn, winter, and long into spring. And the only time of year it will stop flowering is when we hit the high summer temperatures next summer. So I'm going to say if we get a hot June, that will be when it starts to come to the end of its flowering period. But even then, it is a short-lived perennial. So you could trim it, put it somewhere cool and shady, and then it will still flower again if you repot it and refeed it next autumn. But it will flower for 9 months of the year.
God.
It will flower precociously. It will cover itself. You won't see virtually any foliage. You will just see flowers. It will just continue to do that for you endlessly in waves and waves and waves of colour.
And also, Peter, I noticed in mine, they never got leggy, actually. You know, they really kept flowering and flowering. They didn't get straggling. They just gently cascaded. But I was a little bit sceptical. I thought mine are not going to look as good as that, but they did, and my mum's did. And they were so easy.
Exactly, so easy, totally winter hardy. And what we've done now is we've picked colours from the Cool Wave series, and we've created this berries and cream blend. So I think this is a really high class. I think this gives you a distinctive, classy look that is just outstanding. That will be very relaxed. I think it will be. This is a colour combination that will create relaxed, chilled out coolness.
And we were saying earlier, you know, sometimes in winter you go for bright colours, and they're lovely, but it is nice to have a change, isn't it? And I'm definitely going for those today.
Yep.
I just need to work out how many I need. Now, just really quickly, don't forget, you're going to get your free gift today. If you put in the media code YGTV7, every single one of you will have access to all the promotions. So any other promotions, if they're there, they'd happen automatically. But most importantly, you will get your free gift today, which is worth £9.90. It's 40 of the gorgeous mixed species crocus. And I mean, Peter, you know, we all love a freebie, but that's nearly £10 worth, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
you know.
And we're not. One of the things I always say is we bring you the things that are right for the time of year. So when we send you a catalogue, and many of you will have got, in fact, anybody that, you know, hasn't received a catalogue from us, if you want one, let us know and we'll send it to you. But many of you will receive catalogues in the coming days anyway.
And I'm really pleased my picture's on the front with yours, Peter. Isn't
I know.
It? Yeah, first time ever.
I know. It's a limited edition. We're going to get you to there's only 174,000 of them. We're going to get you to sign them all. Give you something to do this afternoon. But we put the things in the catalogue that are right for now. So we're giving you the products you need to get the best results from your garden at the time of year when we're presenting them to you. In the case of this item, which is free, you could say, well, McDermott's got loads of crocus, hasn't he? He's got loads of crocus he's only given away, so he's got loads. No, not at all. The reason you've got crocus now is because this is the right time to actually be planting them. You can go and buy more crocus on our website, but you basically need to plant these right now to get the best possible results and the best establishment.
Now, Paula's watches on Facebook. What was Paula's question? Oh, now this is a good question.
Well, only if they've got really long legs, because these ones are for hanging baskets.
Yes, Paul wanted to know if rabbits...
How big? What the hell have you been feeding the rabbits down your manor if they're that big? Hey?
Well, no, you could put these in pots, though.
You could
and
put
then
them in
rabbits
pots.
Yeah,
I think...
They probably would quite like them, wouldn't they?
Let me tell you, I think pansy flowers are edible.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think there is a chance rabbits would nibble on them.
So I would put them in a hanging basket.
Put them up high, window box, hanging basket, or if you've got a pedestal planter, you know, one of those slightly higher patio pots, that might be an answer.
Yeah. So thank you, Paul, and thank you for watching us live on Facebook as well. Just in terms of ordering, you know, I think the best thing to do, if you can watch it, maybe you've got two devices, you can watch us on one, order on the other. You can order after the show, but if you've got a TV, you can stream us live on YouTube, Facebook, and then just order everything on your tablet, you know. Or say, there's lots of different options, but we're trying to make everything as easy as possible. We have had a question about the lifetime guarantee. Does that still apply with all hardy plants?
Yes. So, in fact, what I'd say about that, the lifetime guarantee, I'm sure many of you are watching and have watched Sean and I over the years on Ideal World, on the regular Sunday morning shows, and also anyone that's been a Garden Bargains customer over many, many years. If you have ordered anything from us, your lifetime guarantee will still apply. So that's even before now, if you've bought one, we'll still have reference of your order, and we will honour that lifetime guarantee for hardy plants. So, and the reason we introduced the hardy plant lifetime guarantee back in time was because gardening is not straightforward necessarily, and actually people who may be new to gardening, maybe you've never ordered any products from a company like this, or maybe ordered products for gardening from the TV, it's a great way to do it because you get great value and we deliver it to your door. The convenience couldn't be better, but the confidence you get from knowing there's a lifetime guarantee takes it to a different level. For me, if I was buying anything and somebody said, I'm so confident in the products I'm shipping to you, I'll give you a lifetime guarantee, which we do across all Hardy products, why wouldn't you give it a go?
Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it? It just gives you complete peace of mind. Do tell your friends about the show as well, don't you? So we are saying we're going to be streaming Wednesdays, Thursdays, Sundays at 10 o'clock. What, are we starting at 10 tomorrow, Peter?
Yes,
all 10 tomorrow?
we
yeah.
are.
So,
with a whole different lineup.
Yes,
well, there might be a few things.
Some bestsellers.
The plant of the month will be back, of course, and if there's any Echium left, the Pride of Madeira, if Sean hasn't taken all of them,
I'm definitely buying 3.
Then we might have that back.
Yeah,
that's one of my absolute favourites.
We are going to be streaming. Our first show tomorrow is at 10 o'clock, so please join us again. And right, what else we got then, Peter?
Well, the Primula Bonelli, which is an absolute favourite.
Oh my word, these are gorgeous.
I love these. What I love about
the bi-colour's wonderful, isn't it?
That's true. I mean, most primroses, or many primroses, tend to be what are called selfs. So you'll see a yellow one and it will just be yellow, or you'll see a blue one and it will just be blue. They might have a little yellow eye in the middle. But what the plant breeders have done here, they've worked their magic and they've created a whole bi-coloured series. So you've got the background colour and then like a central star of gold that just explodes, or a central star of white that explodes. It really is beautiful.
Cool. And I know my local nursery, they sell individual primroses, but often the bi-colour ones are a bit more expensive.
They are, absolutely. And you probably, if you think about what 30 garden-ready plants might cost you, and to show you what garden ready means, I'm going to just pop one out here. Let me grab that one. It doesn't matter which one it is. But these are big chunky boys. These are plants that are ready to go now. They're beautiful, lush foliage. You've got the established root systems. These are ready to go straight into your hanging baskets, your patio containers, beds or borders, doesn't matter. So these are going to flower autumn, winter and spring. Those flowers are going to be fragrance. They're just beautiful things. They really are beautiful things.
And they come back year after year and they get, they go into big clumps, as Peter was saying. You can divide them over the years. But what I love, I've got a few like really shady areas. I've got a couple of big trees in my garden, and they just love it under there, Peter.
Yeah, they do. And primulas generally are shade lovers, so they will tolerate low light levels. And in fact, anything that flowers in the autumn, winter, and spring is by very definition a shade lover, because it's the lower light levels. But you're going to get 3 packs of 10 here. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, as you can see there. They're all literally growing in their own what we call cell. So these are known as cell plants, and they are literally ready to go. If when you get yours home though, you think, well, I'm not quite ready for them, that's fine. These are going to grow on beautifully in here for the next 2-3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks even. Or even if you thought, well, actually, 20 quid for 30 seems good value, and it is. It really is good value for this particular quality and size. You can share them, so you could have 10 each. 3 of you could have 10 each because they're each in these trays of 10. So this is 10 and there's 2 more trays of 10 down below there. So you can share them with a friend, a gardening friend or a family member and actually have coordinated displays.
Yeah. And I was just thinking, I do deadhead mine because you seem to get get even more flowers if you keep deadheading. You really do. But they are so easy, and that price, as Peter, is amazing. 1997 410 162. You can order on our website YouGarden.com, and you can order on the phone lines, of course, as well. But we're going to just go back to our compost, because for many years we worked together for the best part of 2 decades, and the premium professional compost was always the top seller, and it's just so nice to get it back. And Peter, it was mentioned I run a garden club, and many of my gardening friends there had not discovered this compost, and now they have. They will not buy anything else, because there's a lot of compost out there that that vary a lot. You might buy one bag and it seems quite good, the next bag seems totally different. I think because of climate change and every summer's different now, certain compost maybe dry out very quickly and things like that. This is just so brilliant for all plants. all types of. We always think as well, like hanging baskets, pots. I've mixed them. I've got a few beds and borders that were lacking a bit of nutrition. I've mixed some of it in there. But Peter, top selling item, and it isn't a compost that you can just buy in the high street, is it?
No, exactly. So if you notice the bags in front of the potting bench here, they're completely plain. Okay.
Yes.
So when we first. So that's we used to have it in 80 litre bags for the nursery, and when we first we tried and tested different composts and so on, and in the end I thought the best compost is the compost we use on the nursery, so we'll just sell that to our customers. So we went back to our partner who manufactures this for us for the nursery, and we said, we basically want to sell it to them, and they were not initially happy about it because it's a professional product.
It's a commercial, product.
But in the end, we said, look, I can't see why not. Let's just do it. So we gave it a go, and from the very first year onwards, it just went stratospherically positive.
Over the years, I'm thinking, the thousands of reviews that we had, and the average rating has always been so high, Peter.
Yeah,
always.
Exactly. And exactly. I mean, certainly at Ideal World, there were tens of thousands of 5-star reviews.
Yeah.
People eulogising about the results they'd got from a compost, and I think that is quite interesting that people would be so impressed with such a basic product, if you like, that they would do that. But there are many reasons for it. So first of all, this is made to a very precise ingredients list every single time. So all of the ingredients are measured out and then they get blended. So if you visualise like a big cement mixer that you may have seen on the road, they put the sand and the cement and the water in and they sort of churn it around. Yeah. Our compost is made in a super big large one of those, basically, where all of the ingredients are carefully measured and tipped in, and then it's blended and blended and blended and blended and blended, and only when they're happy that all of the ingredients have been fully blended will it then go and get bagged. And that's what happens. So that's the first point. It's really carefully prescribed in terms of the ingredient list. The quality of the ingredients are only the highest. So you've got the highest sphagnum moss peat, which comes typically from Scandinavia. You've got sedge peat included, which will come typically from the UK. Then you've got, and that makes up about 50% of the volume. Then you've got wood fibre. So when you look in here, you can see strands of fibrous material. That's wood fibre, which is a byproduct of the forestry industry. So that's really eco-friendly. You've got slow release fertiliser in here. So your plants will immediately have nutrients available to them as soon as they get their roots into this. It's got a wetting agent, so if ever it gets dry, it will re-wet very easily. Brilliant. And absorb moisture quickly. And it's even got what's called a pH buffer, which makes, and that does vary slightly depending on the acidity of the peat. So they'll put a little bit more or a little bit less in at the time of manufacture to make sure the balance is perfect. So all of those things are incredibly carefully thought through and managed.
Now, if some of you will have bought hundreds of bags of this over the years. You can now save 10%, which is a lot. So if you're buying it right now, imagine getting another £2.50 pretty much off this just by joining the club. Yep. And the club membership is, this is amazing. So I said to Peter, earlier on in the week, I was like, it seemed too good to be true, but £5 for the year. Now that's the auto renewal. £5 per year was £20. So your renewal will happen automatically, but you can cancel it. You were telling us, Peter.
You can cancel it any time.
Yeah.
So I would say if you're placing an order today, if you have placed an order today, or you're going to place an order today, you can immediately start using your membership. So if you join today, put it in your basket. When you check out, it will immediately deduct your 10%.
Yeah, and that's of all plants and accessories like compost.
Correct.
Yeah, brilliant.
The bigger items, things like lawn mowers and so on, you only get 5% discount on those. I'm sorry about that, but that is genuinely because we just don't make anywhere near as much profit margin on those products. So we can't give away as much. But on everything else you are. So if you've bought the Pride of Madeira, you will immediately save 10%. If you buy the compost, you'll immediately save 10%.
So even things that are kind of like an offer, like the Pride of Madeira, you still get the 10% off.
Yeah, absolutely. So and if you think, well, yeah, I don't quite spend enough to get my £5, I've got to spend £50 to get all of that back. So if you spend £50, you've broken even on the auto renewal. Yeah. Double up with a friend. It's fine. Yeah. We don't mind, and we won't know.
But Peter, you get £20 worth of vouchers to spend anyway.
You get £20 worth of vouchers, exactly. So, and again, even if you double up with a friend, you can share the benefit of that. Just place a joint order next time and take £5 off. Place another joint order the time after, take £5 off. So you can. It's a great way to do it. And actually, we've got tens and tens of thousands of members of it. We've been running this club for years, so although
we didn't know about
it wasn't something we could run at Ideal World because their systems didn't allow it. But we, for our YouGarden customers, it's been running for I think 6 or 7 years, and we've got tens and tens and tens of thousands of people who are members right now today.
So, and I checked because I was like, look, this is so good, but does it actually work straight when it does? I did, I checked on my tablet.
Always cynical, isn't he?
Well,
He's cynical.
I did.
Questions everything. He does.
I do
questions everything.
I do.
He didn't question the flapjack and the biscuits I got though. He scoffed them straight away.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, Peter always, there's a little cafe he pops to on the way here and just brings in these gorgeous cakes. Yeah.
No, I'm afraid that wasn't the normal cafe this morning, but they're still very good.
Oh, no.
Village shop.
I haven't had any of those, you see,
Village
actually.
shop. Oh, okay.
No. Anyway, get your compost, but get your membership at the same time. You get 10% off it and everything else as well. 100125. So for those of you that have just joined us,
I'm off.
Are you getting something else?
I'm off, yeah.
Oh, we've had a request for the berry books. Yes. They were really popular earlier.
I've got to find them.
Well, you'll have to find them, that's fine. The great thing is,
like this, it's easy to lose things.
when we worked at Ideal World together, if there was a sample of a plant missing, that was it. But we're actually live in the nursery right now, so Peter literally has to walk out the door, and all of the plants, there's 10 acres here, might have to do a little walk, but there's 10 acres covered in amazing plants. So it really works so well. And I should say as well that the nurseries worked really hard to be more sustainable and environmentally friendly. They've got a huge reservoir now that saves them literally, I think it's millions of litres of water. All the lifting vehicles are now electric as well. As we mentioned, all the packaging is of course recyclable. So we've Peter and his team have done an awful lot in the past few years to make the business sustainable but really environmentally friendly, and it's really important nowadays. And as gardeners, with climate change, anything we can do to just help that a little bit and slow it down. So as a company, YouGarden are doing their utmost to really do their best. And one of the great things working directly with them, and many of you will have ordered from the shows and Ideal for all of those years, all the plants that you'll have ordered, YouGarden, they're with the provider, and we're working directly with them now live from the nursery. So for me, it's a dream job because I love gardening. Over the years, I've learned so much, and I'm learning more every day. And I've picked up some great bargains, of course, as well. Now, we're going to be live tomorrow at 10 o'clock. We're going to stream live tomorrow. You can watch us live on YouTube. Just type in YouGarden. I mean, if you've got YouTube on your TV, that's a great way of watching us on the TV, And that just allows you to then order on your tablet or whatever, your computer. But yeah, if you've got YouTube on your smart TV, just type in YouGarden and you'll find us tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock. You can also watch us live on Facebook. And the great thing is, on the YouGarden website, if you type in yougarden.com/TV, the special TV page comes up, and all the shows we were actually going to put on there as well. So, if you've maybe just joined us and you missed all the beginning of the show, this show will be on there later on, hopefully today as well. So, because I know most people stream now, so there you go, there's a website, and you'll see that's the live output, and then these are all the products featured in the show. And the great thing is, as you check out, you will get a reminder about the discount club as well. And that prompt will hopefully encourage you to go for membership and save even more money on your current order. And your freebie, we're going to try and do, well, I'd like to do freebies every show, not guaranteed. But we've got one right now. Thank you, Peter. With every order today, if you pop in the media code YGTV7, you will get your free crocus bulbs. And they're the mixed species crocus. Gorgeous bulbs. 40 of those, and they're worth £9.99. And we talk about spring. January can be a really hard month. We all feel, generally speaking, unhealthy, overweight, miserable. The days are really, really fairly short still. But when you see the bulbs coming up, it's just so nice, isn't it? Anyway, we're going to go back to Peter. You found out this is where we've been.
There's good news and there's bad news, Sean. There's good news and there's bad news. The samples, the actual plants, these are straight from the nursery. And you can see actually we've got berries on these. The actual berries are on there.
They're
so
really
they've
tasty
flowered,
as
they've
well.
got berries. But I don't know what they've done with the picture. They've taken my picture. So we'll have to get Stuart to show you some pictures of these, but they are fabulous.
Yeah.
So you're getting 3. You hold that one there.
Thank you
That's
very
the
much.
one with berries on. So I thought you'd like
Can I
that
try
one.
one?
Yeah, of course you can. They're completely edible. And this is a blueberry
Beautiful,
like virtually no other blueberry. So this is a variety that will grow as a hedge, that will grow to about 2 foot tall. Plant them around about 10, maybe 12 inches, so about 25 to 30 centimetres apart, and then they'll form a solid hedge. That hedge will look amazing all the way through the year because you'll get flowers, you'll get lush green foliage, you'll get the berries, and then of course in autumn, the great thing about blueberries is, and this is no exception, you get the autumnal foliage colour. So they literally go to a sort of bright orange burnished shade in the autumn as well. So they really are plants for all season. They do drop their leaves in the autumn once they've changed colour and gone that lovely orange hue, but then they just come back and do it all again. And they are bulletproof in terms of winter hardy.
And what I really like nowadays is that, you know, a lot of us do want to grow our own, but you know, gardens have got smaller, haven't they? You know, a lot of people have got small gardens, small spaces. They haven't got big allotments and things like that. But there are so many varieties now that are easy to grow. I mean, you could put these amongst your beds and borders, and they're still going to fit in and look lovely, aren't they?
They will. I think incorporating edibles within your, should we say, beds and borders that might traditionally have been flower based is a great way to do it. But
I agree.
But the flowers on these are fragrant. So you've got lovely
really
bell-shaped, almost pure white flowers. They're beautiful.
Yeah.
Those flowers, once pollinated, form the berries, and then you get to pick and eat the berries. What I would say is, once the berries go, they start off. Once they form, they're green initially, and as they ripen, they go to that lovely classic blueberry colour. So it's worth just getting a little bit of netting, a little bit of sort of, the green netting that you often see that's used to keep pigeons and birds out, because they will flock to this and eat the berries quicker than you can.
Question, Peter. I know a lot of blueberries, they prefer an ericaceous compost.
They do indeed.
Are these the same?
These are exactly the same. The ericaceous compost is on the website, so you can get that. So all of the vaccinum, which is the blueberry family, they do prefer an acidic soil. So the rule of thumb I always say to people, if you've got rhododendrons, and if you've got azaleas growing in your garden, you've already got an acidic soil, these will grow in your soil. So if you live on Dartmoor or Exmoor, no problem. Get these planted in your soil, they'll be absolutely fine. If you haven't, grow them in pots is the best, because if you grow them in pots, you can control that it definitely is going to be an acidic compost. Ericaceous compost is the one to go for. That's the one on the website.
And they are 310186. They work out just over £6.66 each, which is incredible. And postage is included on those as well.
Yep.
Now, I know a lot of you will maybe put together a big order after the show. No problem if you want to do that. But don't forget, you'll only pay one postage. So whatever is the biggest and heaviest item, the highest postage, that is all you'll pay. Okay? So you're not going to pay individual postage for everything. You only pay one postage. You will get a free gift, and you'll have access to all the potions if you put the media code YGTV7 in your basket as well, and you get this free crocus worth $9.99. Peter, we've been told we've only got about 5 minutes left.
Really?
Is that true?
Oh.
At my word. So we're back tomorrow, streaming live at 10 o'clock, aren't we?
10 in the morning.
10 in the morning.
And we'll have some of the best ones from today, and we've got a whole exciting lineup. We've got some different acers, we've got some different edibles. I think there's a Victoria Little Vic, the Victoria Plum Little Vic, that's there.
Yeah.
So there's all sorts of really interesting things to come.
Can I push my Facebook page, Peter?
You can.
Only because I want all of you viewers to contact me. So, we could stream the shows on my Facebook page, right? So anyway, it's Sean Ryan, S-H-A-U-N Ryan, presenter and plant man. So if you want to message us, if you watch the show, if you get any requests, any questions, just message me, and we can always read some of those out on the show. So it's Sean Ryan, presenter and plant man. That's nice and short, isn't it? Blimey, get RSI typing now. No, you'll find
Goodness me.
You'll find me.
Yeah.
Or Sean Ryan TV on Instagram, if that's easier. That's better, isn't it? But yeah, we want to really get involved with your customers. We really do, don't we?
Nice and snappy though. That I like it. I'll have to think if I can think of a similarly short one.
Well, you'll have to think of one for you. Yeah, we do, shouldn't we? We do need a name for you, Peter. Right, what should we go to?
There's lots of names for me. We're going to look at the plant of the
We've
month.
got to. This has been the bestseller, hasn't it?
Wave Berries and Cream,
Yeah.
I think is a belter. I think this is really, this is up market. This is classy.
Yes.
I think this is a variety. I really am going to grow this again myself this year. I've grown it previously. But it fits within, we like a lot of sort of purples. So if I think about the colour combinations we have in the garden through the year, you know, alliums, perennial geraniums, lots of sort of, you know, deep burgundy, rich, luscious colours, and that's what this does really.
I think it's, I love purples and whites, and I adore the Pansy Cool Wave as a variety of pansy, and I only learned about it through Peter, and I was a bit sceptical. I looked at these images like you're maybe looking at and I thought, well, hang on, you can't get that many pansies from from those plants. Where's the leaves? But honestly, they do this, and they gently cascade, don't they?
They gently cascade, and they create eventually almost like a teardrop shape. Yeah. So they're not long trails, but they do flower from the top of the basket all the way down through the whole length of the branches. The flowers are gently fragrant. And you can even pick off a few flowers and drop on a salad if you want to. So they are really, really super. And actually there's one or two of the sort of upmarket, shall we say, supermarkets, we're even selling those sort of pillow packs, the little plastic bags full of salad, with viola flowers in. Fairly recently I saw.
Really?
So,
yes,
you can actually do it yourself.
One, yeah.
They are very expensive. But you can just grow your own salad and just make upmarket, upscale it a bit with a few of these. But anyway, in your hanging baskets, they're winter hardy, they'll flower for 9 months. They are just an absolute belter.
Yeah, and they are our plant of the month. If you buy them from the show, buy 10 plants and get another 10 absolutely free, of course, and postage is included in that price. But I can honestly say you will love those, and you'll buy them year after year. What I really like is this new colour mix, Peter.
Yeah,
I really like it.
And what I love here is this is 1 pack of 10. You're going to get 2 packs of 10. They all come in these trays. And these trays are reusable, by the way.
Yes, of course.
When you actually take your plants out, do not discard these trays. Use these for taking cuttings or sowing seeds or whatever you want in the future. They're totally reusable. But you're going to get 2 packs of 10. There's 10. The other 10 are down there in front, and they're garden ready. So these are really good quality, lovely plants. Fantastic root systems, ready to go right now.
Well, we are sadly out of time. You can still order after the show. And now don't forget, if you become a club member, you can do that for as little as £5 a year. You'll get 10% off all your plants and your compost and your stalls, even in your first order today. So really worth becoming a club member. Definitely put your media code in your basket. That will give you there's a club membership, loads of benefits. It is brilliant. It'd be silly not to do that. And definitely put that media code in your basket, and that will give you your free gift worth £9.99. There's gorgeous crocus and access to all the other promotions. Do you know that felt like old times, but even better, Peter? Actually.
Certainly did. I mean, it really is. Well, we weren't in the potting shed before.
No,
and now the great news is we can go for a little wander around the nursery.
Yeah, we certainly can. So do join us tomorrow live at 10 o'clock with brand new plants and a brilliant selection. Peter, an absolute joy.
See you tomorrow.
I love my new home. We'll see you tomorrow live at 10 o'clock. See you there. Thanks for joining.